swagger. Keep your swagger.
Hey, welcome to another Star Saturday. Just me, Alan, today. Sorry about the slightly late start there. I got distracted. I'm looking for a particular sound effect. Didn't find it in time. Yeah, let's just jump in. Looks like I had a few questions piling up there in the Discord. There we go. So let's start with got Patrick Fries. He's got a multi-part question here. Looks like he's got his lineup here. Would I change anything? He's going for block shots, trying to secure the win in shots. Hits are a bonus if he can catch up on that, and who to drop to try to activate Werenski. Yeah, my mic's on. Yeah, and just screwed on goalie stats. Me too, man. Freaking Carter Hart just lays an egg at like the last second. Vegas as a whole laid an egg yesterday on me, man. I get Eichel back. Just didn't quite look himself. Yeah, turn around, look up saves. All right. So what oh man. Oh, see if I can zoom in here. All right, so who do we're benching Demidov, Marchment. Who I mean, I know Buffalo's been looking good, but who are we playing over Demidov? Okay, so no utility slots. Yeah, let's play Pedersen. I would not swap out either of those guys. There, Kiefer. Yeah, you got to play Sherwood. You got to play Bratt. I honestly I would bench Marchment over all those guys. Yeah, who to drop to activate Werenski? Shit, because Clark does give you some coverage. But honestly, I would say Clark is your low guy on the totem pole. I mean, ever since they got Quinn Hughes, Faber has just kind of been another level. But I do feel like Clark is the lowest guy in the totem pole there, Patrick. You can't drop Sergachev. He is, D1, power play 1 on Utah, especially Utah's schedule next week. But you're just not dropping Sergachev. Sanderson, same deal. D1 power play 1. You're just not dropping him. Anderson. I think I told you, yeah, he's a guy right now. He's getting power play 1. I feel like he's getting showcased for that potential trade. As Calgary really isn't vying for anything right now. Yeah, I just I don't know. I don't think you're. And yeah, there he is. There you are in the chat there. Yeah. I think Brent Clark. Well, actually, you know what? Can you drop one of your forwards? I'm not a fan of carrying too many D past your active. And you're only 2 goalies, which is fine. I personally I try to carry, if you have 2 goalie slots, I try to carry 3. And then maybe depending on your categories. Yeah, I kind of feel like Brant Clark is your low guy in the totem pole there. Even though he's probably your 1D that gives you category coverage. Wait, how did I miss some of these guys? Yeah, I would keep Zersey, especially through next week. Spoiler alert. Words are hard for tomorrow's show. Yeah, I would hang on to Jersey through next week, especially. Wow, what is that? 1, 2, 3. What's it 3, 4? 60. Wow. Okay, so you're carrying 7. That's really not bad at all. Yeah, I would. Yeah, drop Hart. Good man. He's been a turd. And if you have you'll have an IR slot after you activate Werenski. I would personally see if a Hill is available. Because the way Hart's been, I would imagine Vegas is going to try to get Hill up to game speed as soon as possible. Yeah, drop Clark. to activate Werenski. And Werenski is going to help you in all those categories that you're looking to do. And honestly, I would try to get Anderson in. Who you get Anderson in for though is tricky. Because I do feel like Anderson is, at least historically, I feel like Anderson's always been good for blocks. But who do you get him in? Who do you swap him for? Because I feel like Josie kind of covers everything. Dursey, he's going to help you with the shots. Because I feel like he's been kind of shooting a lot since he actually, let me double check that. That could just be me spouting a bias. If I could spell Dursey correctly. 2-1, 2-1, 4-5, and then we're looking at like the 17th and 19th for like 4 or 5 shot games. How's Anderson been doing? Shots, comparable shots. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Anderson is kind of the better for blocks, but it's kind of lottery because it's like 3-0, 2-0, 2-1. How does Dursey look on blocks? Yeah, 3-3-1-3. Okay, so maybe Dursey one, keep Dursey in. But yeah, I just remember because I played for a while, for many years, I played in a Reddit league where blocks were like half a point, goals for 3 points, assists for 2. So if you had guys like Adam Larson or how I remember Rasmus Anderson, those guys are worth a lot. Hills of it, but yeah, and yeah, spoiler alert for like the script, like next week's show. I was gonna spout out there that like Hill might be worth a stash if he's available out there for you. No, yeah, so I'd say Brent Clark is probably your low guy in the totem pole. If you were looking to activate Werenski, actually, let me look at Werenski too to see if it's better to keep him on IR. But I just feel like for some reason they just have this bias against frickin' Clark. They don't want to give him ice time. Werenski's definitely going to give you shots because like before he went out, like his shots 4-8, 4-2, 2-5. Blocks and 1-2, 1-2, 2-3. Clark. Oh my gosh, where is he? There he is. Shit. I mean, well, that was against Tampa. But if I exclude this 5-game outlier here, 1-3-2, 1-3-4. I mean, Clark's pretty good. Yeah, I was gonna say if you get Werenski in, he's definitely gonna help you get that shots if that's what you're trying to key in on. But if you're going for blocks though, yeah, you're down like not that much in blocks. But yeah, you definitely want Dursey in. Actually, how's Sherwood on shots? Because I mean, I feel like Sherwood might just be better for hits. And he'll definitely help you get hits, but if you're not going for that, damn man, wow. 5, 10, 5, 5, 11. Yeah, he won't really help you with blocks. He'll contribute for shots. How's Marchment? Because I don't know how he's been since he got to Columbus for shots. Okay, so he's really about the same on shots as Sherwood. Yeah, I just feel like Werenski is just going to be a huge step up over Clark on just everything. Just as a numbers game because he gets just more overall time on ice. Um, and just overall better player than Clark. So it's just going to be a huge upgrade to your roster to get him in. Um, regardless of what stat you're going for. True. I think that's just going to be the biggest upgrade for you. Demidov, right wing. Yeah, I wouldn't try to get Demidov in over DeBrincat, Keller, or Schmaltz. I feel like that's stay pat there. Yeah, man. Other than dropping Clark to get Werenski in, I'd say you're good there. Goalies, yeah. Depends on who's on your wire. I need to figure out. I was rattling my brain this morning trying to figure out who to drop Hart for, and then freaking Blackwood goes on IR so out of nowhere. So that's gonna be fun because my IR spots in that league are filled with Hedman and Cooley, and I really don't want to drop them, even though my playoff hopes in that league are pretty much shot. Yeah, and then who else is on? I know I got like one or two more guys that are just out for at least a week or something. So I'm just injury ward. Don't know what to do. So yeah, I don't know what to do about Hart. So it just depends on who's available on the wire as far as replacing Hart there. Goalies ad drop section. Yeah, let's take a look there. And I think I saw your question before the show started. There it is. Okay. See, you're dealing with a lot of the same stuff I am. Yeah, I don't know. I really do think the Ducks sort of, well, they did overachieve. I think Jay and I kind of touched on this at least one point. Yeah. Okay. So he has, these three goalies. He had a Decord. 50-50 with Grubauer now. I got to look at Grubauer's stats. He's been garbage for a long time, but he's had a couple flashes where he's been okay. And I think one of those where he was the only goalie left, or was that Matt Murray? Anyway, Coach have these three goalies, thinking of dropping one, possibly two for a stream and a better goalie. Who do you think he's a drop? Stahl, Carter Hart, both not playing great. He's added Decord, but he seems to be 50-50 with Grubauer now. Yes, so this is the one where you really need a lot of volume. Goalies on waivers, UPL, Bennington, Yuck. Devin Cooley, Merzlikins, Alan Ingram, Talbot. And I feel like, honestly, with the wings, I feel like Gibson has been getting a lot of the volume lately. He was available in one league, and that's where I grabbed him after I dropped Stuart Skinner. After his first few starts at the Pens were just god awful. So the Habs goalies, I'm really pensive on. I'm back to Fowler. I'm just staying away. The Habs goalies, I'm really a spot start on, just because they're back. I think they've called Monty back up. They're just back to three-headed goalie monster. It's hard to, yeah. Oh, and sorry. Squirrel. Yeah, I have actually dropped Ingram where I had kept him in the NA slot, Patrick. I think I'm done chasing Oilers goalies. Like, they just leave their goalies out to dry. I think the two spots where I have Jari on IR, I'm just gonna wait till he comes back. I don't trust that Oilers team to actually play defense in front of whoever's in net. But yeah, if the Kraken are actually playing 50-50, that's no bueno, because I mean, Decord has been the de facto goalie there's been for a couple of years now. But yeah, back to Turnerbury's question. I kind of like UPL, especially while they're on this hot streak, and Line is out because UPL is just going to get the runway. I don't think they've released any sort of statement as to how long Line is going to be out. Let me see if I can find something on that. Injuries, injured. There we go. Buffalo, Alex Lyon. Supposedly, this is Money Puck. Their dates are kind of speculative at best. Expected back January 6th. We'll see. I'm not sure how much I agree with that. We'll see. Oh wow, is the first game really at noon today? Yeah, I like UPL while Buffalo is on this heater. What is it, a 10-game win streak, which is crazy for them. They're actually in a kind of a playoff like where they're in a wild card position right now, which is crazy because it's not October. Wall I'm interested in because he's getting, well, I think he's kind of splitting starts with Hildeby because there's really been no updates on Stellars other than I think the last update was they were sending him to a specialist because he's just kind of not recovering as quickly as they would like. Jake Allen has been like his starts have been good, and now that New Jersey will actually offer them goal support. Well, New Jersey on paper should offer Jake Allen goal support. I know, what was the stat I read, that they're just like, well, this was also one or two games ago, but they had like 10 goals in 7 games, something abysmal for the firepower they have on paper. But their team shooting percentage is just abysmally low right now. So this was like kind of the call to, like, if you hadn't tried to trade low on Jesper Bratt or anything while Jack Hughes is out, this was kind of like last call for that before they just shoot to the moon. Yeah, I am interested in UPL right now anyway. Especially trade rumors on him. I don't remember if he was one of the goalies that supposedly Edmonton was looking into before the Yari trade happened. But yeah, I would still not touch Bennington. If I'm interested in a goalie in the blue for the Blues, it's Hofer right now. But UPL and Wall are the goalies I'm interested in on that list you said. I feel like they're still going to try to roll Markstrom out for a significant portion of the starts. But yeah, I think my patience has run out with Carter Hart. He's below 500. The stall, I don't know. I feel like I kind of want to give DeStahl a little bit more runway. I think only because the league I have him in, there's just really no one else on the wire. But it looks like you have options. Yeah, I'd be willing to. Yeah, because especially you probably didn't pay much capital to get DeStahl or Hart. I'd be willing to, as long as you're not handcuffing yourself for the following week, I would be willing to move on from DeStahl and Hart. But that just sucks. I feel like, and this is, again, I'm spoiling tomorrow's show, but I feel like a lot of Vegas's troubles have been from Eichel being out, from Theodore being out. And even Eichel looked not himself yesterday. So I'm wondering how. No, supposedly been back on ice. Yeah. Yeah, I'm wondering how much better Hart will be as the team in front of him gets back to 100%. But yeah, if Hart continues to just be less than 500, and I think he's significantly below league average now. As soon as Hill comes back, Hart's going to be worthless. I would say let's jettison him now and get some of these hot goalies before you're stuck with something worthless. But yeah, man, I think just, man, Vegas losing Pietrangelo at the start of the season was already tough for them. Um, right. Yeah, Dustall. I think I drafted Dustall, but he was very late in the draft. Um, so that's why like I would like to move on from him, but it's I think in the league where I have him, it's just it's a very very thin wire. But God, after that last game where just Boston just pummeled Ingram, I was like, I gotta jettison this guy first. There's just no excuse. Um, there's just no excuse for Edmonton to play like that, and you should be able to plug an ECHL guy in Edmonton and outscore your problems with who they have. And I'm done chasing Edmonton goalies until Jari gets back. But yeah, UPL. Well, those are the guys I'd be interested in that list, especially because yeah, I feel like UPL is still going to see a lot of puck. Well, yeah, no, Cooley will see a lot of puck, but probably won't get you wins. Even though as I was doing show notes, Calgary, what are they like 5 or 6 out of 7 in their last few games? I don't see that holding, but I feel like that's on the back of Wolf. I feel like he's still the starter. A lot of these guys are the backups. Yeah, let's go back to starter bench. I feel like there were a couple questions there. D-Stew, points leagues, bangers with Pims and face-off wins. Kadri versus Washington, Schmaltz versus New Jersey, Barzal versus Toronto. This is a toughie. Because I think Kadri's just had no points lately. So I think you're just riding on whatever peripherals he could provide for you. And Calgary, Washington is not a game I would expect a lot of Pims out of. Yeah, Kadri's not even giving you Pims lately. He hasn't had a penalty since December 6th. He's shooting a little bit. He had his first assist since December 18th. Yeah, I mean he's giving you face-off wins still. Not really hitting, surprisingly. His hits have kind of dried up. Because wow, he went most of this. Yeah, for all of December, he only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits of all of December. Huh. I wonder if he's just checked out or potentially injured because he's still getting the deployment, lots of power play time, lots of time on ice. So I wonder if this is he's kind of checked out issue, or I wonder if there is an underlying injury here because this is where guys who are like kind of known for hitting, doing a lot of hitting, when that dries up, that sometimes indicates an underlying injury. Yeah, I almost kind of want to say bench Kadri. Yeah, because who should? Come on, where's Jersey? Who is projected to be the goalie? See, Money Puck has Jake Allen as the projected starter. How's Schmaltz been in his last few games? I feel like, didn't they just light up someone? But I feel like that's been their season. Yeah, man, I feel like Utah should be higher in the standings than they are. Yeah, I feel like they just just had 3 points against the Isles. Yeah, I mean, Schmaltz won't get you much against peripherals. I kind of feel like it's Kadri, man. All Kadri's getting you is face-off wins, really, at this point. Maybe the occasional point, but I feel like Kadri's not doing as much as he has in the past. Who should he bench? 10-team Cats League, and he's looking for shots, power play points, and plus minus. Yuck. I would just pump plus minus. Free range rum ham. Fucking love that username. Well, I think I have Bussy in 2 leagues. I definitely benched him in one. I'm considering benching Bussy in the other just because I don't expect good things out of a Bussy start tonight. Um, how's Brat been lately? Honestly, my gut says Brat. Let me try to find something to confirm my bias. Yeah, Brat's 2 points in his last 7, and that was 2 goals against Washington. He is shooting a lot, though. You gotta think eventually that goes in. If he wasn't shooting, I would say Brat. But good God, yeah, 3, 4, 6, 1, 3, 0, 2. So yeah. Um is Landeskog still getting that sweet, sweet deployment? I mean, I know they're mixing up their power play. There are a lot of pundits out there losing their minds over that. I don't care. Um, I don't I don't know why everyone's shocked Pikachu face about that. Yeah, he's still supposedly line 1 with McKinnon. He's just not on power play 1 anymore. I mean, Landeskog should get you plus minus if you actually care about that. I would punt that every time. Um, I mean, Brat and Slavkovsky should get you the power play points. How's Landeskog on shooting? Oops. Because I feel like, yeah, Brat. um, Actually, I feel like Slav power play. I feel like Slav isn't power play 1. I feel like they've had Demidov. Of course, Montreal is one of those teams now that said they're willing to mix those Slav as power play 1. Yeah, I feel like Montreal is one of those teams that they're now like, yeah, we'll mix some shit up to based on our opponent. And he's on a heater too, 10 points in his last 6 shots, 205, 2. Yeah. This is tough. 3 points in his last 3. How is Landeskog still to the beginning of the season really like really bring down Landeskog's pace? Is he really still pacing for 44 points? It's nuts. Yeah, the beginning of season must have really brought his pace down. Um, damn, yeah, it might be Landeskog for me. Yeah, I think it's Landeskog. I would, especially if you're looking for shots and power play points, I would. Landeskog has sort of the lesser deployment. Do skaters that are streaming a goalie. Yeah, let's go Landeskog. Okay, so I've got a strategy question here. So, strategy, do you prefer adding a skater or streaming a goalie? So, I guess it depends on your scoring, especially the league you posted. That goalie would have to see just like a ton of puck. You would have to nail like 2 shutouts, like the Alex Lyon shutouts that Jay called for them to be worth anything. I would rather try to nail like a skater that's gonna have like I would rather try to nail like a skater depending on your scoring, um, or your categories. But generally I feel like a lot of scoring is geared more towards skaters. So I would try to find if I could find a good skater that has a better chance of giving me scoring that I could fit into my roster both days. I feel like Saturdays are typically your more crowded days, so it's hard to find someone who's going to fit all that criteria. But I honestly, by the time it rolls around to Saturday, I've generally used most of, if not all of my ads. So I might have like one. Yeah. Especially with your scoring, a skater is going to do much more damage um, than a goalie will. So if you can fit, like, if you can find someone who will fit both days, I feel like that one ad is much more can do much more damage than trying to use 2 ads to have a goalie start on Saturday and on Sunday. Um, based just that's specifically your league scoring. Cause that got that, cause I mean, a win, yeah, what was it? Like a win is 2 points. Like, I mean, there may be some goalies that are made some goalie starts that might barely be worth 5 points. Um, yeah. Yeah, cause shots, what are shots? I don't see shots on there. Um, yeah, especially if you can get like a, I don't know, like a power play defenseman or something. Or like a even like a defenseman that puts up like a bunch of like an Adam Larson, right? Like that blocks a ton and then gets like a random assist. Um, that has like a back to back or something. That could be worth more than a goalie start. I just yeah, the way your league is structured, there we go. Shot is half a point. Yeah, I the way your scoring is structured, I would much rather use one ad to find a hole that I could plug with a forward or even a defenseman, um, and go that route rather than trying to use 2 ads to do 2 goalie starts back to back. And that's just and I would guess, yeah, the ultimately the strategy is just play your league scoring rather than try to um have a one size fits all strategy. And I mean, I've what is it? I've played in leagues where I don't think it was the intentional design, but it was definitely where like it made more sense to stream goalies over skaters. Um, oh yeah, there you go. Like Boone Jenner. This peripherals add up real quick. Especially man, Monahan out right now. Um, he's gonna see time on ice. Who did the Jackets play this weekend? Buffalo and Pittsburgh. I don't know, man. Those matchups scare me a little bit. 'Cause Buffalo's on heater. Pittsburgh is heating up. Doesn't mean they won't score. Uh, what are the lines? Yeah, see, they got him playing on the third line with Coyle and Olivier. Um, and shit, if Olivier is available, how much are hits? Oh, hits are only a quarter of a point. Yeah, if hits are worth more, I really like Olivier. In bangers leagues. But yeah, Bruce or Boone Jenner, not Bruce Jenner. Boone Jenner does it all. Yeah, they just don't need him to be like that 1C anymore, which is a shame. Does he even get power play 1 anymore? I think they just have the talent now. They don't need him. Yeah, he's not even power play 1 anymore. Um, yeah, power play 2. Yeah, and I just don't, I just he doesn't have the value. I mean, especially with your scoring. He just doesn't I just don't think he has the value anymore in a lot of points leagues. Maybe category leagues. But I just don't think with your scoring he has as much value as he used to. Um, anything come in? No, yeah, okay. Yeah, that goalie scoring isn't terrible. It's 3 saves per goal against, but you really gotta see some rubber for that to because was it 30 saves? So that's hold on, let me get my calculator here. So 30, I assume 30 saves in an average game. That's 10, so it's still not bad. But let's see, he's had 3 goals against. So it's 9. Yeah, so let's say you win with 3 goals against. So that's still like maybe 10 points, but 2 goals, that's yeah, I feel like a lot of skaters can outdo that very quickly. Um I would much rather try to do a skater. Who else is available? Whose schedules do I like this weekend? Um yeah, well, yeah, maybe if you get someone on Colorado. Um Regardless of who's in net for Carolina, I just that Colorado, that goal differential is just nuts. I still feel like they'll pummel Florida. Choo, 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 choo. Yeah, Montreal's a hard team to stream from. Um, Pittsburgh, you grab someone like Anthony Mantha if he's available. Yeah, Anthony Mantha, left wing, right wing, should be able to slot him in pretty easily. But yeah, I see the logic for Boone Jenner. Easy to slide in. I just don't know if he'll get the goals. Yeah, I don't know if Boone Jenner's been on Power Play 1 at all this season. I just that Columbus team, they just have all this young talent, and there really isn't they just really don't have a need to play Boone Jenner. Is just God, how many years has it been since like but 2, 3 seasons since Boone Jenner has kind of been that underrated, completely under well, not I wouldn't say completely under the radar. If you listen to a lot of podcasts, like you would know that Boone Jenner was like someone you could grab, probably around draft pick 100 that would just be ranked in like the top 50, depending on your scoring, that would just be unreal because he would just do it all. He was a lock for line one, power play one, um, and would just do it all for you. Yeah, I would look. Yeah, I would look. Like I said, I like Colorado. I feel like they're bound to score a lot in those 2 games. Um, I don't like Chicago. I know they just beat Dallas for some reason, but I feel like Dallas is slumping. Um, Not that you're entirely off. I feel like Columbus, you might be able to find some guys there. Um, Again, Montreal, it's hard to stream from them. Um, Oliver Kapanen, though, he is on that line with Slav and um, Demidov, but he is center only. Makes him hard to fit him in today, at least. But yeah, Pittsburgh, Anthony Mantha, um, left wing, right wing. Uh, Definitely be able to get him in tomorrow. I just don't know about today. But I think he had a pretty good game. Anthony Mantha, I think he had a pretty good game recently. That'd be someone, especially if your goals are where the money's at. I feel like Mantha 6 points in his last 4. Um, 1 assist against Detroit, which and that's what I was kind of shouting from the rooftop. I feel like those matchups against Detroit with the kind of as good as they've been lately. I didn't think we were going to go well, but they won the first one against Detroit. 2 goals against Carolina on New Year's Eve. Yeah, goal and assist against Chicago, goal against Toronto. Um, yeah, he's been the good scratch off lately. Nothing starter bench, anything in goalie chat. And that was yesterday. Decord is confirmed. Yeah, let's look at this Decord Grubauer split lately. Ah. Actually share my tab here. And I know I have ads everywhere. I'm very sorry. I just Don't mind a little cancer. Yeah, wow, yeah, that's actually at least since December 22nd, they've been, 50-50. And he's wow, a 1 goal against in his 3 starts. Holy shit. Yeah, what are I'm surprised. Okay, wow, I'm really surprised there isn't, like, a little alert here. Yeah, that's, 5 out of his last 6 starts have been quality starts. I mean, I don't like that. Goal save. Oh, goals saved above average. Never mind. I thought that was his goals against average. I'm like, "Ooh, yikes," or yeah, goals against average 3.18. Yikes. Um, wow, okay, wow. Philip Grubauer might be good for spot starts here, man. How do you lose with a 9-0? Come on. Come on, Seattle. How do you lose with a 9-2-6? It is against Minnesota. Come on, man. Seattle, you gotta give this guy goal support. Wow, yeah, I did not catch that. But I guess Seattle's just not one of those teams I really follow a whole lot, especially in the goalie department, because I just assume it's Decord. Ooh, Marchman is available. Yeah, because I think what is he? Is he power play 1? Um, line 1, power play 1, man. I would go for it. Uh, is he how is he not still one of, like, the top guys in Frozen Tools? Yeah, because he's, like, ever since he got traded, like, he's at least a point per game. Man, I would yeah, especially if goals are where the money's at. Um, yeah, I would go Marchment if Mantha is not available. It sucks because I think Marchment is only left wing. Yeah, go Marchment, dude. Oh, man, did I really not share the screen? Whoops. So NA, Patrick, is typically designated for, like, minors or, what's another or if Yahoo, like, bugs out and someone is, like, kinda returning from injury or something. Like, yeah, NA typically doesn't get used. It's very rare that someone uses it legitimately. Sorry, need water there. Yeah, because like, the one league I was in or I'm in this season, for some reason, it had an NA slot, and I was able to stash Connor Ingram in it. Because the beginning of the season, I'm like, "Yeah, man, fucking Stuart Skinner, Calvin Pickard, they suck balls. Um, we're gonna see Connor Ingram, and we have just Connor Ingram has also not. He had a couple good games, awesome, but yeah, I've also lost trust in him, which sucks because I am rooting for him on a personal level. Um, yeah, no, it's IR, it's IR. NA is typically reserved for minors. And you might be thinking of Ingram, but that was, I think it's still considered IR or out, um, even if it's considered personal. Yeah, because I think even if you just look for I'm trying to think of some of these goalies that get, like goalies or players that get called up from the minors, they're probably listed as, like, NA. I can't think of a player off to if you look up someone like, actually, he might be called up right now, like Hunter Shepherd, um, I think is someone I can think of off the top of my head. Um, yeah, some of the if you look up some of these guys, they have like NA designations. They're guys that are in the minors right now. Yeah, you typically don't have to worry about them ever. That's I would say more for like dynasty leagues. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about those. But yes, Turnberry, yeah, I would Marchment, definitely. He won't get you obviously, well, I don't think he'll get you the peripherals. Yeah, because he really doesn't do much hitting at all. Um, I like his I kind of like I don't like the 0 and this 1 for shot rate, but yeah, since he's come to Columbus, I do like his shot rate. Doesn't block, that's fine. I don't think that's why they expect him what they expect him for. Yeah, fuck yeah, I like this. Uh, you know what? I think they've only just started giving him power play 1 in Columbus. But yeah, I like this power play percentage. I like this time on ice. Um, yeah, man, that is, I don't want to call it, that's not a lottery ticket, but that is, I don't want to call it a sure thing, but that is, yeah, I would say that is more of a solid stream than I is any. Especially if you're hunting goals and points. I would go for that. Uh, especially in a back to back. So yeah, 47. We're coming up on time. I don't think there's anything, no one's added anything in starter bench. Um, yeah, if anyone, kind of last call for chat, see if anything interesting in trade talk. Said that, I need sorry, I need to throw Discord back up into the window here. There we go. Okay, just got trade. Just got Tage. I don't know, man. I'm wondering if this is a sell high on all these Buffalo guys right now. I mean, obviously, do we really think that suddenly this Buffalo team, who really didn't change much from year to year, is suddenly a playoff contender? Are they really? Are they really? Um, be interesting. So I wonder if this is his chance to sell high on guys like Tage, guys like Norris while he is healthy. Even though Norris is technically playing third line, I don't get that. And this is great. This is great. This is what I've been talking about for years. Norris is one of those guys I've been a stand for, like all the time. The whole time he was on the Sens. Like I felt like he's good. He just can't stay healthy. So this is like, yeah, man. Norris has always been fucking good. He just Band-Aid boy. Just trade, yeah, just receive Tage Thompson, win or lose. And I hate this when people say, "Did I win or lose?" It's I don't know, man. Part of fantasy hockey is like I want the players like I want. Like it's like I've always equated it to, and this is always a weird comparison, but I don't know. Part of the joy of fantasy hockey is like playing it like Pokemon, man. There's some that I just like to have. Whether or not they're considered like the best. Um, and then some are just the best, some are just good to have. Um, all right, so he is received Tage. John Carlson, I don't know. So it seems like Washington is running checkered on that power play one right now, but they've kind of gone back and forth. So it's hard to say that like you've gotten the inferior Washington defenseman. Who knows? And I feel like this might be a sell high on Lethal Bannon. But he's on a little bit of a tear right now. But he traded away Carlson, Brazeau. That's a sell high on Brazeau. And I don't know how deep this league is. So, but yeah, he definitely sold high on Brazeau after that hat trick. Moved away Raquel, Lindholm. Yeah, but I feel like Lindholm's going to be a pretty solid guy no matter. Yeah, if there was a way to win a trade, yeah, I feel like he received the best players in that trade. So yeah, if there was such a thing as winning, he won that trade. Yeah, you know what? Typically, if that was on anyone's bingo card, that would have been crossed off in October. Yeah. Because I feel like it's always like them and then like Toronto. It's like, yeah, let's play in the parade now. And then they just kind of, but October, November is when you want to stockpile those points anyway, so that if you have a bad February, if you have a bad March, you're fine. Because you just got to make it to the dance, and then just anything happens. But yeah, if there was a way to win this trade, they've done it. All right, so okay, so we got Jack Hughes, Jesper Bratt, and Marchand. I thought they just misspelled Brad Marchand, or Natchez, Johnston, Brady Tkachuk. I kind of like the Natchez, Johnston, Brady Tkachuk side. Now that it seems like Johnston is glued to Mikko Rantanen. Give me the Natchez, Brady Tkachuk side. Which I do 10-team Cats League bangers. Already have Heiskanen and Rantanen. Looking at playoffs currently in second. See, this is Sergachev Radish, because I feel like it's hard to peg Radish's value rest of season, because once Hedman comes back, we could see another situation where Sergachev pretty much got power play all season. So the following season, it was a lot of assumptions that Sergachev was going to stay on power play 1, and Hedman's value is going to decrease. Kind of like what we saw with this season with Miro Heiskanen and Thomas Harley. I was one of the people who foolishly drafted Thomas Harley pretty high, and now I'm playing the Piper on it. It sucks. And I can't really do anything with him. I dropped him in one league. Someone picked him up, but I know that, like, I've just sort of moved from defenseman on the wire. Haven't really locked someone in yet. But anyway, yeah, Radish, he's amazing right now. But which side do I take? So yeah, Radish, his value could stay high rest of season, but Hedman could come back and his value could plummet. Who knows? So actually, let me make sure. Sorry, because I have a different window open. Yeah, thanks, Patrick. Yeah. Thanks for watching. And then just for anyone else watching live, last call in the chat if you want to pop a question in. Or just pop it in Discord if you are camera shy. So, all right, so we got Fox, Jack Hughes, JT Miller, or Radish, Dilly Guns, or Robo. Yeah, I would not stack 3 players like that ever. And especially, we don't know when this person's playoffs is. There is at least one format where the Rangers on paper at least have one of the best playoff formats. And he could have that. He could not have that. Because it wasn't just most games played. The Rangers also had one of the most off nights. Yeah, man, I kind of want to go to the Fox JT Miller side, even though the Rangers have just been Jekyll Hyde, man. They're either scoring all the goals or none of them. I forget the exact stat I saw where it's just they just get shut out, and I should find that for playoff prep show. They've been shut out like just so many entire periods, and it's a significant amount of periods. So I just don't know on paper it should be the Fox Hughes Miller side. But there's nothing that says he can't turn around and flip he can't flip Robo. He can't trade Rantanen. He can't trade Heiskanen. He can't trade Radish. Sell high on Radish. Yeah, I would for that. I would say there's no reason he can't do that. Yeah. I mean, and I get why this has the Fox Miller side has the votes, but I don't know. I just don't trust unless the Rangers make a really big move tomorrow. And yeah, they trounced the Panthers last night. Awesome. Couldn't have happened to a better team. But yeah, I don't trust the Rangers night in, night out to get it done. I don't trust them to make the playoffs um, with the roster they have right now. And just, I don't know, unless something really turns around for them, I just don't trust them to get it done as they exist today. But yeah, nothing in chat, nothing. Let me check one more time. Nothing in Discord. But yeah, that's going to do it for now. So thanks for everyone who tuned in, submitted questions. We'll see you tomorrow for the week. Was it week 14 already? The script. Good luck everyone today. We will see you next time.